Hey guys, and welcome back to a new episode of the Just Desserts Legacy Challenge. It is Saturday, just a couple of minutes after midnight. Maddie here just got home from work, and look, she got promoted. That's how we're kicking off this episode. She is now level 7 in the culinary career. Now remember, we can quit our job at level 8 as long as we can purchase that commercial property and open up our own restaurant retail space. I don't know. I think it's actually to open up a restaurant, not a retail space. I'm going to put our challenge requirements up on the left-hand side of the screen for you all now. I do that at the beginning of every episode now, and then I'll try to remember to put it at the end as well, just to see what our progress is. I also have to mark off what we have completed. I have a few things to catch you all up on, but first, Madeline has been promoted to pastry chef. She'll now make an additional 52 simoleons per hour, which is really, really nice. She got a bonus of almost 1,000, mind you, and she got 3 other bonus items. Now, that's going to be really, really crucial, I think, at this juncture, because that's going to give us more in our household funds. So let's go take a look really quick. She's just standing outside in her pastry chef outfit in the snow, unfortunately, in the cold, but I want to go look at her inventory here. Oh, well, there's a pile of fur for $0. Is it in her inventory? It said she got bonus items. Where did they go? She also received the following bonus. Well, it doesn't seem as though we've got it. Anyway, let's catch up a little bit with Maddie here. Last episode, she adopted this little fuzzball right here who stinks. I did take your name suggestions. I had a handful of votes for Flapjack. I just think it's perfect. So Flapjack it is, no longer red. This is Flapjack Baker, our stray adopted cat. He's very happy. He's a prowler. He got sprayed by a skunk. That's why he stinks, by the way. But since Maddie just got home from work, I'm just going to get her ready to go to bed here because she's exhausted. Tomorrow she does have work as well. Actually, today's technically Saturday. I can't tell. Does that? She does have work. She has work. She has work today, technically. But since we were last with Maddie, I played a couple of days. I don't normally do this, but with challenges like this, just skill grinding can be a bit repetitive, so I figured that it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and try to do a couple of days off camera to try to work on some of her skills. So since we were last with Maddie, her cooking was already maxed out, but her gourmet cooking is up to 8, which is great. We need to get up to 10 as a reminder. Now, I am not going to be focusing on the baking skill, but is that a level 10? It is. I think perhaps I've toyed around with this. I've gone back and forth of not making it a requirement for myself, especially with the updated rules for this challenge. I decided not to adhere to them since I'd already kind of started this gen. And the new rules did require getting the baking skill up to, I think it was maxed out. I think it was 10. If we can get anywhere between level 5 and 8, I'll be really happy. It's not going to be a requirement, but yeah. Now, I also did a little bit of math here based on the funds that she just came home with. So Maddie needs 31,217 simoleons exactly to be able to purchase that commercial property. She currently has 21,563. Hopefully I input the numbers correctly, because otherwise this math is going to be very embarrassing. But she needs under 10,000 simoleons, mind you, 9,654 to be exact, to be able to purchase that property. I'm really hoping that we can do that in the next couple of days. Again, probably around the time that she gets promoted to level 8 of the culinary career, which could take a little bit of time. I'm not exactly sure, but she'll be a sous chef, which is kind of amazing. Now, before she goes to bed, I just feel like I have to catch you all up. In those days that I also played off camera, she had a couple of food sales. She did get a good amount of simoleons from that. So if you're wondering how her funds jumped from what they were last episode to what they are now, that is also why. That is also the case. And also, since she worked today, she didn't get to see Luca, but I think tomorrow, bright and early, so long as she gets enough sleep, we're going to be seeing Luca tomorrow, and he's going to finally, because he was supposed to meet the cat today, but he's going to finally meet the cat. And good morning to Flapjack, who has finally discovered the ball of yarn that we left out for him. This poor smelly, wall-eyed little baby. I just need, It's so cute. I also found out, now I didn't go into any additional research here, but Flapjack is technically a Himalayan. I don't know if that is a breed of Siamese. I could be completely wrong, but he's actually a Himalayan cat. That is his breed. I checked in Create a Sim when I changed his name, which was news to me. But it is the next day, and Maddie is making herself some breakfast. She's whipping up some Eggs Benedict. Look, I've never had Eggs Benedict. Is it nice? Is it good? Because it sounds really good, and I really want to try it someday. But I've heard it's difficult to make. Is that true? I'm really not that competent in the kitchen, to be fair. But she's making herself some Eggs Benedict. It is 7:30 in the morning, so she slept great. She is ready for the day. Oh, that is excellent quality. I also had her make this primarily because it is a gourmet dish as well. Just trying to get that skill up and everything. But what we are going to do in just a moment here is we're going to invite Luca over probably at around 8 a.m. because otherwise Sims get mad when you call them too early and they're still asleep. But also Maddie wants to catch up with, I'd say her parents, but we're going to say her dad because now she hasn't seen them since Harvest Fest, which was at least like a week or two ago. Yeah, I want to say like two weeks ago now. Of course, in The Sims, that would be months, really. Like if we're looking at The Sims to real life, that would be months. So she hasn't really caught up with them too much. I think that they were planning on going on a trip soon or something, so she wanted to just get in touch with them before they venture on that trip. So we're actually going to call our dad really quick. We'll do a chatty family call. I love that. It isn't really that different from just a normal phone call, but I think they get a moodlet after that. So she's calling her dad, and she's just like, so when are you two? Maybe they're snowboarding somewhere. That would be kind of fun. Maybe they're snowboarding to like Oasis Springs or something. So he's like, oh, honey, we'll be heading out soon. I wish we could have seen you before we left, but your mom had a very rigid schedule for us to follow. And she's like, yeah, well, that's typical mom, you know. I think we have to give this cat a bath, by the way. Can we actually give cats baths? We can't. Oh no, we can't give them baths. We can brush them. Maybe we'll brush Flapjack instead. Maybe that'll be fine. So at least she's feeling confident. You know what? That makes sense for Maddie. Whenever she talks to her dad, she always feels very sure of herself and very confident. She must be freezing right now. And Flapjack was out running around. Oh, he's so... Baby boy, you're so gross. Again, he got sprayed by a skunk, so he's not doing super great right now. We don't want to send him prowling either, but we're going to call Luca in just a moment. Call Luca. You know what? Yeah, we're going to call him. I was trying to make the decision because if we just go right over to his apartment or his townhouse or whatever it is, we'll end up at his place instead. So we are going to invite over to current lot, and we're going to invite over Luca, not Andre, not Luca, right at the door, busting out the mistletoe because it's winter time. It's so cute. He's just like, hey, Mads. Hi, honey. Oh, maybe that's his nickname for her. Honey, look at, he's being very flirty right now. This is really sweet. But anyway, I think that he just busted out the mistletoe and he's just like, hi, honey. It's almost Winterfest. It is. And actually, I'm busting out the calendar again. It's next week. I also got rid of Talk Like a Pirate Day. I cannot stand that holiday. I should have gotten rid of it earlier. But Winterfest is on Wednesday. It's only a couple days away. Now, we did intend for Luca to meet our new cat here. So I'm really hoping that the cat will come over. Oh, and he's not smelly anymore. Yay. Can we actually encourage him to say hello to someone else? We can't. But you know what I can do? And this is great. I don't know if it's needed an update or anything like that, but we're going to control Luca for a second. And I want him to introduce himself to Flapjack, even though we're all outside and it's really cold today and cloudy and not that great of a day. But he's just like, oh my goodness, he's a big boy. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Look at that. He's like, hey, you're a handsome little gentleman. Yeah, look, he's acquaintances with Flapjack. And Flapjack likes him. She's like, is this my dad now? We're going to give him a really big treat, too, because he's a gluttonous boy. He is. Also, this is the moodlet from the skunk scent smell from being near a pet sprayed by a skunk. A nearby pet has been sprayed by a skunk. The smell is unbearable. That makes sense to me. I feel like that would be pretty rotten, honestly, to be around a skunk. sprayed animal, but also a skunk. Were it to spray, you know. We're gonna have Luca play with the laser point while Maddie goes to the restroom, but she actually has work soon. I didn't realize that her work hours changed. So yet again, her and Luca's schedules are a little bit off because now she works from noon to 5 p.m. So she doesn't work super late nights anymore, which is a little bit different. Luca actually works 6 to 1. So he goes to work an hour after Maddie gets off. That's such a bummer. I feel like right before she went inside and as he started to play with Flapjack, he was trying to plan another date night for them. They used to have these nights all the time when they were just friends. They'd have like movie nights. They'd make popcorn, hop on the couch, watch some like really bad horror movie or something and just chill out. But now that they're together, they seem to spend almost more time apart. And it's difficult since their schedules just keep changing. They were kind of on the same schedule before. So not only did they enter into a relationship, but their schedules have been altered. So it's kind of put a bit of a strain on things. I'm not saying anything super duper impactful, but it's enough. It's enough that it's noticeable. He also looks bored from playing with Flapjack, which is unfortunate. But Maddie's going to work, so I guess we'll catch up with her later. I just wanted to take a moment to examine this. So Maddie actually, let me just show you. So when we go to watch TV, I've always noticed this, I just never read the description. So there are two options, I believe, when your Sims are a foodie, because I see this foodie icons. Yeah, foodie Sims. And then this is from the culinary career. So you could watch culinary training videos, Sims aspiring to improve their culinary career love this channel. So I wonder if it impacts your performance at work, number one. Number two, as a foodie Sims can watch this channel and become inspired basically to create new masterpieces. So I'm assuming this gives her an inspired buff, because then there's also the cooking channel, which helps, it says, aspiring chefs to learn a great deal from watching the cooking channel. I think that's to help your cooking skills. So we have 3 options just because of Maddie's interests, and she actually currently has an inspired move buff because she just made a Monte Cristo sandwich for dinner. It's a gourmet dish. It looked lovely. But I think I want to be a bit more strategic here. I'm going to have her watch the culinary career or the culinary training videos to help out with the culinary career, because when Maddie got home from work, she actually was prompted at work to make a decision. I chose apparently the wrong thing and it lowered her work performance a little bit, which I was kind of bummed about. It's still in the good range, but I'm wondering if watching this channel actually helps out. Oh, no, I don't care about that. If it actually helps out her career progress. I'm not really sure. I don't see it moving and I'm on like 3 speed right now, so who knows? But I just wanted to draw attention to it because perhaps it could impact things. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. Maddie just reached gourmet cooking level 9. She can now make trout manure. Manure. I can't. My accent's not good. I don't know how I'm pronouncing that. She can also share cooking secrets with other Sims. That's great. If you're wondering, it's the next morning. However, Maddie's fridge just broke. And she just made some lactose-free SimCity cheesecake, because that is our goal here, to make lactose-free things and like vegetarian things. Basically, specialized diet items, I should say. Actually, is that the appropriate way to say something like that? Let me know in the comments. Specialized diets. Something like that. Also, is Luca coming over? Our property owner's here. Luca's coming over. Sorry, I just got very distracted. But we need our fridge fixed. And Luca, I think, just popped by and just... He honestly just continues to shovel the snow. It's so nice. So we're going to ask him to inspect, I haven't done this too often. We're going to ask him to inspect the Crispenex Adequate. And hopefully Flapjack stops freaking out over the fact that the fridge is broken. And I'm really hoping that he will actually fix it too. He's like the landlord for every single rental property, I swear. Oh, thank goodness he's fixing it. Oh, that's great. Okay. Well, since Maddie just made cheesecake, it's kind of a really terrible day outside. It's snowing. There's no sunlight at all. I don't know how many people will actually be out, but we're going to grab our 2 cheesecakes and we're just going to have a quick little sale. Maybe even this fruitcake. Oh, there's only 1 left. How many? There's only 1 tiramisu left too. So we're literally just going to have a cheesecake sale. So be it. We're going to have a cheesecake sale, everyone. Yes, we are. We're going to go down here. I know it's 7:30 in the morning, but what I have noticed is that when you do host a food sale, the game does a really good job of pulling Sims into that area to actually buy your food too. No matter what time it is or where you are. Let's change you into your cold weather here, Maddie. I don't know why you're not automatically going into your cold weather outfits, but that's fine. We're going to place this in the world. Yes, we are. And then we're going to fill it. We're going to go ahead and open this and grab both of our cheesecakes. And then we're going to start a food sale and go about our day and see if we'll make any money with just our 2 cheesecakes. Though I suppose we could also make waffles. I'm going to go ahead and place... No? Okay. Place appliance. Why am I acting like I haven't done this before? Why is this suddenly hard for me to figure out? We're going to go ahead and make some more waffles. She can't make any new ones though yet. And I wonder why that is. Oh, level 9. That's why. Because this is a gourmet skill. That's interesting. Or it's a gourmet dish. So pleasantly unpleasant waffles are level 10. And the Heart's Desire waffles are level 9. So we are technically level 9. What skill is this? It's cooking. I have level 10. Why can't we make these? Do we actually need that fruit? I figured it wouldn't be a problem. Oh well, okay. We're gonna make some cured fish waffles. Those are my go-to. She's down by the docks. It just makes sense. And let's just hope this food sale is actually profitable for her. It's actually going so good. Now Maddie does have work in an hour, which means we're going to have to end this food sale early. I keep forgetting that her work schedule has changed. We're going to do it up to the very, very last minute that we can. But let me just say, we have 2 plates of cheesecake with the 100% markup. They're like, it's 82 simoleons and then, yeah, 82. So they're the same. And then the cured fish waffles are 64 each. And Maddie's been selling a lot. Her charisma skill is high, so that convinced to buy and giving the sales pitch actually works wonders for her. She's at level 9 of the charisma skill, which is crazy to me because it's all been passive. I haven't intentionally had her work on that at all. She has a confident moodlet from having a successful food sale. Is this our baby? Flapjack's here to support us, of course. Bye, Flapjack. And then Luca's here, of course. He's just like, hey, man, it's another food sale before work, huh? She's like, you know, I'm on the grind, Luca. And I think he goes out. He's going to buy something. And he's just going to be like, hey, I'm proud of you, by the way. Like, he just kind of whispers it to her while she's behind the booth. Or behind the booth, the table, whatever it is. Whatever it is. And let's just very, very briefly talk about Maddie and Luca too, because you know what I've kind of noticed about them as well? And I honestly think this can be a byproduct of starting to date someone that you've known for a really long time who's been your friend. There might not be this monumental shift in your dynamic outside of maybe physical and emotional intimacy becoming more intense, especially the physical intimacy, but perhaps the emotional intimacy as well, right? As you're starting to date someone, falling in love. And I mean, they are the absolute best of friends and their romance bar is at an all-time high. They are very much in love with one another, but it isn't this kind of explosive, over-the-top, stereotypical romance. I feel like I felt the need to express this because some people find Luca fairly boring and not engaging. And you know what? He is pretty passive. He's pretty laid back. Their relationship is pretty laid back at this stage. You know, they had that kind of early hesitancy, I suppose, but Luca's just a very understanding, compassionate person. So there isn't a lot of angst. There isn't conflict between the two of them. The conflict really just comes into play when Andre is part of the discussion, you know? But remember, Luca doesn't know that Maddie's friends with Andre. So between just her and Luca, there really isn't that much tension. Like nothing's wrong. Things are simply good between the two of them. And I just wanted to emphasize that because I felt like it was important, especially because we see this tension and we see this angst between her and Andre. As much as she kind of dislikes the way that he is, she's drawn to him for some reason she cannot explain. I'm not saying that's a good thing. I also want to emphasize that. It doesn't mean it's a good thing whatsoever. But it's the truth. It just is. It is the truth. Maddie, Andre, and Luca, they're all flawed in their own ways because I'm viewing them as people, and people are flawed. They are not perfect. All right, so Maddie is officially late for work, but that's because I was trying to ride out this food sale for as long as I could. Maddie made 1,228 simoleons from selling 12 cheesecakes and 4 cured fish waffles. cheesecake is the way to go from what I'm realizing. And the reason why I'm focusing on that is because it's a gourmet cooking recipe. And I'm trying to get that gourmet cooking skill up. So I figured, why not? Two birds with one stone. She made a good amount of money for a not full food sale. And especially because she started at like 7:30 in the morning, that is not bad at all. Okay, she's gonna go off to work. Maddie's at work right now, and I know we get these calls all the time, but I'm gonna highlight it again. Angela Pleasant asked Andre out on a date. Should he say yes? And Maddie's gonna say, go for it. As always, she's just gonna say, go for it. And you know what? I'm gonna create the narrative that he came up to her at work and was like, hey, so someone asked me out, should I say yes? And she kind of just gave him this coy little smile and was just like, look at, she's mad. she's tense. She's actually mad. So maybe this works. And she's just like, you know what, Andre, stop asking me. I know you're doing this to get a rise out of me. And I'll let you know it's working, but not for the reasons that you think. So go ahead, go on your dates. I don't care. And he just stood there with his jaw hanging open as she walked away. Anyway, she's back home from work as well. Her performance is not improving at the rate that I want it to, but maybe this is kind of working because, again, we want her funds to be high enough to purchase this property right here so she can open up her own little restaurant. And it's going to be really tough, actually, because she needs to get enough funds to buy it, but then she has to furnish it. So this is going to be kind of tough. I know, here we are with Maddie cooking yet again. But she is actually making some lobster tortellini first thing in the morning. But that is because we're going to do a food sale. And I wanted to get some more, I suppose, like seafood items, because I thought about this. I want her to do things that accommodate certain diets and lifestyles, but she is down by the docks, so she might as well continue to focus on some seafood dishes. And since it's a gourmet dish, I figured, why not make it and work on our gourmet cooking skill, which is almost maxed out. We're at almost 60% complete, which is wild to me because we just got to level 8 the other day, I think, something like that. So I figured she should make that. And then because it's so early in the day, she does work at noon. Again, we're going to do a food sale, but I also want to see if we can squeeze in Maddie going on a little run. Because remember, I mentioned this last episode, all bodies are beautiful, okay? But we all have preferences as to what we want our body to look like as well. And there is no shame or harm in saying, you know what? I haven't been treating my body the best lately. I haven't been giving it healthy, happy foods to really fuel it. And Maddie's felt really uncomfortable in her body lately. So she wants to kind of change it a little bit. And I think she's going to go on a little bit of a run, try to get into some fitness, really just to maintain her health. And if a byproduct of that is that her body changes a bit, then great. But she wants to try to do that. It's winter, so running outside may not be the best idea. She might be, I don't think one of her traits is clumsy, but I see Maddie as a bit of a clumsy sim as well. So that could be dangerous. We're also going to help out with Flapjack's food dish here. This cat does not eat his food here. He goes and prowls outside and eats things all the time. It's actually, it's kind of convenient, but kind of inconvenient. And he also uses his litter box all the time, to the point that we're almost constantly, and I mean constantly, cleaning it out. It may be morning, but we have a beautiful spread of lactose-free SimCity cheesecake, trout meuniere, I don't know. Oh my gosh, it's 228 simoleons. I hope people buy that. Lobster tortellini and some cured fish waffles. Also, can we just look at this cat? This cat's like, fish. There's fish up on that table. Like that, I can... The face of that cat. Okay, anyway, we're having a food sale. That almost broke me. The face of that cat almost completely broke me. And we are going to do our darndest here to have a very good food sale. We're going to try to convince this sim to buy our most expensive item, which is the trout. Please give us 200 something simoleons. Also, Maddie's at a little over 26,000 because I went through her house and I deleted a bunch of things and sold a bunch of things that she didn't need, like pieces of artwork and extra pieces of furniture, because I am determined to get her funds up where they need to be sooner rather than later, because I would really like to buy that property and get a head start. Also, wait, I really love the stray animals around here. Do you see? Look at Pumpkin. I think this is probably a Siamese cat. I don't know why I put the depth of field on. I believe like this is a pure Siamese cat. I would love to adopt Pumpkin as well, but we're in the middle of a food sale and she bought it. She bought it for 228 simoleons. Oh, this is great. Okay, I'll check in at the end. We don't need to watch another food sale. Another very successful food sale. This is going so much better. Having these high quality, high skilled dishes for sale is is phenomenal. She made over 1,500 simoleons. The big ones, the big sellers, it was still the cheesecake, but the lobster tortellini sold really well as well for 408 simoleons, whereas the cheesecake was 492. It was very close. So that's fantastic. Maddie's going to clear off the table and we have to go ahead and get to work because she's late again. She's not getting called by her boss yet, but she's a little late. So we're going to go ahead and just get to work. However, before I forget, I'm going to jump over here and I'm going to empty her inventory so her food doesn't go bad, because I always forget to do this. Every time. I forget it almost every time. Also going to get rid of that dirty dish. Look at me. I remembered. I just got the most romantic little noise in my ear and then I got this notification. I found myself lost today, not in thoughts, but in the thoughts of you. I had to come by to see you. Did Luca he just popped by and Andre's and he had a nice day. Oh, okay. All right. Remember, they have been trying to find some time to have a little date. So maybe we can ask Luca to create a date, because he just came by. We're going to ask him to create a date. I want that to happen. I think they're just going to have a little night in though, because that's what's so great about these dates. You can go ahead and, Maddie, is you can have them at home, but you can also change location in the midst of dates too. So I think she's going to ask him to create a date, even though they have to go walk off the porch. Where are you going? Andre? What? Okay. More money and prestige, but more work and responsibility. Should I try to get a promotion? Is he serious? Look, remember, Andre stole money from their place of employment, okay? He didn't really bat an eye, and he was convinced that Maddie wouldn't say anything, and she didn't. She didn't say anything, despite Luca's advice to do so. And now he wants to go for a promotion. Oh no, what if there's like a managerial position at their restaurant? And he would be Maddie and Luca's boss. Okay. We're going to say that should be up to you. Because our options are, that should be up to you. No, I don't think you're up for it. And do it, aim for the stars. Actually, you know what? Because I want it to happen. This is just kind of how the game works, right? I think because I want it to happen, I should do it, aim for the stars type deal. And maybe that's Maddie kind of being sarcastic, like, oh, of course, go for it, Andre. Yeah, go for that managerial position. You've only been at our restaurant for maybe like a week or two. Of course, you know how it works. You know the ins and outs. You should be in charge, like that kind of thing, because that's the only way I think it's going to happen. So we're going to say that. Thank you for the encouragement. I'll try to get it. Oh my gosh. Okay. We just wanted to ask Luca to create a date. I don't know why we had to walk all the way over here, but here we are. We're going to go ahead and do a romantic date. We're not going to make it gold though. I don't think we have to do that. And we're just going to do it at her townhouse. And since we're already here, this works perfectly. And since it's not gold, we just have to have a date, I guess. This game got a little bit glitchy for me and the date didn't even happen, so Maddie went home and cooked something. She just reached level 10 of the gourmet cooking skill, which means that we have reached every skill maxed out, like every skill thing necessary for this first gen of the challenge. I'm so happy. Okay, well, it is the next day. Maddie must be very, 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 very cold running around in this, but it's a beautiful, sunny, lightly snowing winter day. And she's going out for her jog finally because she wasn't able to do it yesterday or the day before work. But this is, I think, where we're going to end this episode. Nothing really significant happened. Some of these episodes are really just going to be focused on, I'm just looking at this cat, at upping skills and focusing on those components of the generational challenge, and others are going to be far more story-based. But I hope you all enjoyed it nonetheless. We are getting so much closer to Maddie being able to purchase that property. She's only a couple thousand away. She's at like 28,000 and some change at this point, which is just fantastic. And that's because she had a great day at work the other day. I also just had her go to work off hours, and I think she earned simoleons for that too. I'm not 100% sure. I should have paid a little bit closer attention, but this is where we're going to end it. I hope you all enjoyed this. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. I want to adopt this raccoon, and I will catch you next time I post a video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. I feel so free, I'm a sweet baby.